all
Um,
ran, so.
Yeah, it's just an
Wow.
individual.
Yeah, it was,
I try to send those things to myself.
Well, I ran 20 miles over the weekend, so
Sherry's always saying
the double.
message.
Yeah,
I heard that there was a run
She
that
said,
there
I
was
can
like
meet
300
you too. She said,
Santa
I put it in there
Clauses.
about
yeah,
disappears.
yeah, that's the what
I
I do.
saw the aftermath
Oh,
Friday night. Yeah,
I didn't even see it. I was like,
yeah. I've got pictures of the Santas
you.
getting on the
Thank
on
you. Yeah,
the dart
we're tickled.
train.
just a little excited.
Yeah. Did you see what she made to do that in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So cute.
yeah, she made her a snowman and they dropped those deals down in there and yeah, they were tickled. After 2 boys here, we were ready for a girl, so.
Yeah, the way that your family's expanding, you're gonna have to get another job.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? I was thinking about that.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, yeah. Lori knows firsthand.
13 of them.
Lori has to count every once in a while, make sure you didn't miss somebody.
I didn't grab it.
I think I'm gonna go with you.
The support paper for all the
Gotta keep him.
for which one? Medical.
Didn't push it enough time.
Left it on my desk, I guess.
You can keep up. Yes. Okay. Try to help but turn it on. I could do like Bill Preston used to do. He always sing for a mic check. You remember that, Joe?
Very well, but he did.
Not very well.
That wasn't part of the requirement.
That was not part of it.
Okay, we lost Beecham.
He went to go get his follow-up material on the medical. He left it on his desk.
Well, you didn't have to.
Sheriff, how are you?
Now, you know, I'll be real honest with you. I've read and read and read.
I heard a deal the other day.
Unless you have a
said
good working
these
knowledge of that,
people
just to
were-
read that is
They
not,
lived
is
in
not.
trailer park and
It's
Well,
tough.
that's what
they
they
was
got
always
into.
having trouble. Said the sheriff had come so many times now he's just part of the family.
I can do it. Yeah. Like, okay, I'm gonna look at this. and I'm gonna-
Well, I'm sheriff, I thought of this over one of them, I'll part of
Okay, we all
them.
ready?
They needed clearly.
I think we are good.
Okay, everyone's ready?
Yes.
Morning, we'll call this meeting to order at 10:03. Everyone please rise. Y'all bow your heads with me, please. Father God, we come to you today in awe of so many blessings and yet awe of so much confusion about what is going on. The tragedies that took place through 4 states with an incredible tornado that took lives, property, and disrupted so many lives. We ask that your mercy and your reassurance that all will be fine, that you cast that upon those people suffering there. And Lord, as we look throughout our world, there's plenty of other suffering that we must, probably part of it, bring on ourselves. We ask you to forgive us because we have definitely fallen short of the road that you have laid out for us. Father, look down upon our local community, bless the people here, heal those that are sick. Guide this body as we meet and deliberate in the interest of the citizens of this county. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You join me in pledge of allegiance, please. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Indivisible. Ron got that? Y'all, all right, we're out of Texas. Honor the Texas
Flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
That's where that goes.
Judge, your spirit was in the right place, so that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I'd open it at 10:05 for public comment. Anyone in the audience bring anything up? Anyone on the phone?
Got something, Judge?
Good.
Sir?
In lieu of Friday's, Fire Day Friday,
Yeah.
I want to say that the county fire departments, all of them, including the cities, all come together in a pretty quick fashion to take on a monster of a fire that I would say in my 40 years being around the fire services, probably one of the top 5. And all I can say is the electric fire department saving the rest of those houses in the neighborhood with only one loss in that neighborhood. It was unbelievable how they were able to stop it. And because it happened with embers that were starting, were floating in, and it could have been just a conflagration over the entire side of town. And no telling what kind of injuries we would have had, and probable death, and some of the homes over there, nursing homes over there too. But those guys, they were fighting like it was the last line of defense, and they were. All the other fire departments that come in from Vernon to Wichita Falls, all the county, and I think Lee will have all the names. I'll let you make sure you address them on the phone. Shepherd Air Force Base, come together, and it was a pretty wild rodeo for a while. And a lot of people have never been as close to some of these fires like we are, and to see it run across the regular county road, Blacktop County Road.
Like Patton Far Dams.
It's 287, just go through it like it is nothing.
Wow.
And you will not survive in front of these things, and we were going around it to the north side of it when it was burning up toward the Pumpkin Center area, just letting everybody know, leave if you need to, but you won't be aware to get out here if you have to now. Some of the ones closer to the precinct barn, once again, probably smells pretty good over there, so
Yeah.
probably inside of our Tahoe right now. But, those people were trying to stay there, trying to fight with the fire department, and so they successfully saved some homes on that side of it. I think, the media somehow got that we're doing mandatory evacuations, and it wasn't, it's just a, common sense evacuation. Look, it's coming, you're not gonna be able to beat it. Once again, all the fire departments that come together, unbelievable task. All the deputies, I recalled every deputy back, and then Clay County's fires broke out, and they asked for help, and we sent 10 of them over there to help them direct traffic and help evacuate homes as well. And unfortunately, they got it diverted from petroleum. They thought it was going to go through petroleum as well, which fortunately it didn't. It's just a reminder of how life is for us here in the plains of West Texas. We're not out of the woods. I think it's just starting for fire season for us. Our Wednesday's supposed to be a really windy day, most likely. I think those fires, I think particularly one over right outside town, electric started by power lines popping. It happens all the time. We see it all the time on oil fields, but it's a pretty big task. And the Forest Service, everybody coming in with some McAllister, come up with his old noise like he does. And
Lock Brothers,
what's that?
Lock Brothers,
Yeah.
there were several of them.
Yeah, there were several of them getting out there and just doing what they know what they need to do. And it was one of the things I saw, I talked to one of the ranchers up there. He was already over there checking on his neighbors' cattle, trying to get them out, we need to get them moving things. This is what we do around here. A lot of people understand that. You won't find that in New York City. But I just want to say that everybody did a great job of keeping the damage where to what it was. So that's what the 2 cents. Anybody want to have something you want to say about it?
The only thing I want to say is that fire was moving so fast, by the time we tried to do a code red notification to the citizens, and got a message done and did the mapping, it was gone, it was out of there. There's just no way you could even foresee to do a message ahead of time to the folks to let them know what was going on. They may want to evacuate it. It was that quick by the time we got a message done.
Also want to say thank you for Chief Fred Tillman working at the police department. He sent a couple of units out there to the Pumpkin Center area to help divert traffic. They started running the traffic up 287 back and forth. And they were a pretty good asset to help us out there as well. We're stretched even thin with everybody we had. It's still pretty thin. Those kind of situations are so full of unbelievable how fast things deteriorate, quickly it runs. So, and Clay County's fire, the Jolly Fire, is the same way. It was 3 times bigger than this one was. But they're getting a lot sparse area covered. And I'm sure the county probably sent some equipment to do something. They always do, and it's always great. Water truck, I know,
Yeah.
Barry talked yesterday about the water truck.
Yeah, we hit our water
We
truck
parked
out.
up at Conoco.
Yeah, I saw it. It's in there.
There were not any injuries that were reported to us that I know of, or lost of life, which is really amazing.
And that's real spectacular because a Forest Service truck, burnt response truck,
Yeah.
and thick smoke on the business highway there between Top Hat and Electra. Bulldozer took his whole left side, driver's side out, I mean, off, like a tuna can, just ripped the whole side of the doors, fenders. Wow. I don't know how anybody didn't get killed, get hurt in that. A lot of reminders to people that see this, understand that, you know, this is, but that's on a fire scene. I've been on the back of a fire pumper, grass pumper, running in the back of an hour park truck because the smoke was so thick, you couldn't see the chair. But we know what fire was, you feel the heat and you see the orange coming at you, so it's dangerous. But, and just a reminder, one of Wichita West, when we lost one of our firefighters from a man who drove through smoke at about 60 miles an hour over the North State Road, blind as a bat, to the back of the pumper, out there, the guy off and the rig killed him. Horrible things happen like this, people need to be reminded of these fires, you can't drive through.
And I know the judge knows, but their state has what they call or it's actually a FEMA grant, it's a Fire Management Assistance Grant, and you have to apply for that while the fire is actively progressing. So by doing the disaster declaration quickly, getting that sent in, I applied for that over the phone, and that went from here to the district, to the state, to FEMA in just a couple of hours, and we got approved for that.
Wow.
So that stuff will cover all the expenses associated with the fire. So whether they're county precinct expenses, SO, volunteer fire departments, and the other departments that came to Wichita to help, they had expenses and damages or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
Whether we gather that up or not, in a reasonable amount of time will be to be seen. But we're going to have a kickoff meeting for that grant, I believe, the first week in January. But between now and then, we'll be gathering expenses. And we'll be sending out a form to everybody that has what you need to report on the thing. How many hours, what kind of equipment and that kind of thing, per person, that kind of thing.
Just the fuel cost will be significant.
Just what?
Just the fuel cost will be significant, yeah.
We can capture that. I think that for the most part, like, they're gonna have an hourly rate for equipment. So we'll have an hourly rate for a small pumper and a big pumper and a law enforcement vehicle, that kind of thing, which really saves, trying to figure out how many miles you drove, how many gallons you use and all that kind of stuff, just an hourly, flat hourly rate. And then an hourly rate per person. And it's a cost match grant. I'm not sure if it's 10% or 25%, but all the volunteer labor hours go to that cost match, cost share. So that the actual cost for all the fire departments can be covered. We can report them all, hourly rates for trucks and stuff.
Great.
And firefighters, volunteer time.
Yeah, volunteer time, all counts on the cost share. So hopefully that'll work out. I think we were the only ones to get an FMAC grant. I don't think Clay or Archer applied.
They don't have Tracy helping the judge get that done.
Well, the disaster declaration surely helped by getting that done that quickly. It definitely did. Because I know if I'd applied for that on the phone, I'd have got a call back that, are you going to do a disaster declaration? Which, luckily for me, I didn't get that call back, so that was awesome. Yeah.
Well, we got that out and got it to Lance, and he got it down to Austin.
Lance was probably pretty busy, wasn't
Yeah,
Pull it up to-
yeah, you really need 3 Lances.
he? Mm-hmm.
Well, when the fire kicked off in Clay, he called me and said, I'm sorry, I've got to go. I said, I got you. I know what you got to go do on that deal.
All right, well, Sheriff, appreciate all the efforts. I appreciated your call. That got the wheels turning here, and I was coming back in from Clay County when I kept thinking, that sure looks like a lot bigger problem than dust, you know. But I don't know how many people said Lubbock was right at our county line. Well, it was a little worse than Lubbock.
all of them, yeah.
All right. Okay, it's 10:15, and that will end the public comment section. Okay, on the consent agenda, I want to move CA 4 down to general business. Is there, anyone else has anything they want to do for it?
Item 7,
Yes, sir.
can we up that, trying to find qualified candidates that have a CDL at $12.50 an hour. It's kind of difficult right now. Can we up that to 15?
Okay.
Did we budget it at that, Judge?
Yes.
I thought we bid budgeted at 15.
No.
That's the way this has always been annually, and it is needed to be fixed.
But this, is that just laborers?
It's
Yeah.
just labor, more hire, we
But it's
bring a
still
lot
hard to
of
get
them
'em.
in as
Yeah.
laborers to begin with.
Yeah.
And we're losing good qualified candidates with the CDL at 1250. They're just not,
Yeah.
they're not interested.
Do you want to change that so that it's- if they have a CDL up to $15, if they have a CDL, or,
That would be fine. Motion to approve with those changes.
Second.
any other comments or remarks on consent agenda? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
I did have one
Yes,
quick
sir.
question, Judge.
Yeah.
What is a key loader?
Key loader loads system keys into a radio.
Okay,
So if you,
like a tone or
it's a what?
like a tone or,
No, it's like a security key. The radio won't work without that put in there.
okay.
It's a pretty expensive little box really, but
Yeah.
it does a lot of stuff.
I assumed that's what it was, but I didn't know. That clears it up. Thank you.
When you spoke up last week, when you called in, I was having you vote, and it has to be televised and available to everybody to do
Okay.
that, so
That's fine. Just that.
we appreciated you calling in.
Yeah, well, I wanted to be.
Yeah,
And every once in a while, it's good to be on the other end of this deal, just to see how it,
well, yeah, and you said you were
and
having
it
trouble with
really doesn't
reception.
work that good, as good as I'd like for it to, so we're already talking about trying to do better, so.
Okay. Okay. On item number 4 that I pulled down to general business, this is Heather's ongoing thing in working with the fire departments, and I sent them an email to all the chiefs to say, look, it's not a matter of something we want, it's a matter of something we can't do. We can't pay you money unless you are an incorporated body. And everybody pushes that further and says, unless you're an incorporated nonprofit. And Tracy and I going through reading AG opinions and statutes, it's incorporated. But traditionally, that's always been unincorporated. Well, many of the departments have sent me either their 990, or they sent me the document where they had filed, but they brought in less than $50,000, so they didn't have a detailed report. But right now, Iowa Park and Burke have both said those departments are under them. We will make our agreement and we'll pay them the money we pay them for dispatch plus the cost for rural firefighting. With Electra, they divided and they said the fire department is separate of them. And so we'll pay them, but I do not have Electra Volunteer Fire Department information, nor do I have Cameron Gardens or Cam A. And what I'd like to change that motion, and also change the name Cashier to Freebird Cooper, that we use those interchangeably, but technically they're Freebird Cooper Volunteer Fire Department. Go ahead and approve it pending them getting that. We're still working on the agreement, but, I'd
Have
like
you
to know-
heard anything from any of those, Judge?
Well,
Like Cam A, or did they responded, or?
no.
There are a few of those departments that they're a little bit slow getting their paperwork back from their accountants. There has been some hesitation, some delay in that aspect of it.
I think they're filing for the IRS. It's a different due date than the rest of, something in July, but you know, they just had last year's. But the real thing is, are they current? And if you don't file, if you go 3 years without filing, you lose your status. And everyone has to file. Whether you brought any money in or not, if you're still, you just simply show that. But if you make less than 50,000, you can file a short form. But
So the motion would be to approve payment
to all departments
to all
provided.
departments provided they show the necessary documentation. Okay, I'd make that motion.
And then when they do, then we won't have to meet again. We'll just pay the ones when they
We'll go ahead
send the
and pay 'em.
paperwork
When
in.
they send that in, I'll send it over to the auditor.
So the ones that have already got their paperwork in order, go ahead and get paid.
Yes, sir.
Now, will that need to, will we, since this is in action now, the same thing need to apply to those senior centers?
Yes, sir, we need to work towards that being uniform.
Which, I guess there's several on our list.
Well, there's several nonprofits on our list, so we need to make that uniform so we know they're current.
I'll second the motion, Judge.
Okay, any other comment by anyone on that?
Do we need to go back to CA9 and change that motion to read similar?
Are y'all talking about some of the other nonprofits?
Yeah.
Specifically in regard to the volunteer fire departments, there is statutory language.
Okay.
Whatever you all would want to do to say in order to be eligible for the money, that's different than what we're required to do under the law.
Okay,
regarding the
got you.
volunteer fire departments, or
Okay.
fire departments. Does
So-
that make sense to you?
So it's different statutorily?
Yeah.
You all can do that, but this is
I got
based on the statutory issue, not a rule.
I got you.
Okay,
Okay?
got it.
But it's not a bad policy to look at,
It is
and
not. No.
to have them keep that current. Okay. I do not hear anyone else wishing to make a comment on that item. Okay. Motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Muller to modify item number 4 to allow payment to only those organizations that have furnished the necessary information in order to receive it. I will go back and re-notify the others that, you know, we're waiting on that. Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you all. Okay, item number 1 on general business, review and approve the regular bills for payment for the county treasurer to disperse payroll and bill payments within 72 hours via U.S. mail, FedEx, UPS, or electronically unless directed otherwise, or may be picked up and ledgered in the treasurer's office.
So
Karen, have you all set up a ledger for people to sign for checks? Is that,
Yeah.
thanks, okay.
So moved, Judge.
second.
Yeah, do you have-
Any comments or questions on that item? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item 2 is open to take action on road material bids for the first half of 2022, janitorial supplies, copy paper bids for 2022, and bids for indigent cremation burial services. Okay, we're doing the, on burial and cremation services.
What's the total number, Judge?
Okay, we received one,
What's the total number?
Them two, I think.
4? Okay, 4
Four.
total, Judge, on this.
Oh,
I'm not on the funeral one.
Okay,
yeah,
but the janitorial.
yeah,
janitorial,
okay, let's get one done, one.
All right.
Okay, Falls Funeral Home submitted a bid for indigent services. Direct cremation is $294, as opposed to burial is $950. And I don't see any differentiation between child or adult on that. Oh, okay, here, I'm sorry, it's right above that, age 2 to 10 years for those prices. Infant services, same price, $294. Our direct burial is $850, and this is for ages 0 to 2 years. And then for a adult direct cremation is $699 and $950 for burial.
Is that our only bid?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and make a motion to approve that.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we had a motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Fincannon to propose the only bid which was received from Falls Funeral Home. Any comments or questions? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries 5-0. Okay. Janitorial supplies, these are long individual bids. I'll simply read the company, and normally we take these under advisement for up to 2 weeks to review those. First one received here is from Wagner Supply. The second one is from Pyramid School Products.
That's the last one.
And the third one is from Empire Paper Company.
Final bid in that category.
Final bid is from Mayfield Paper Company. Could I have a motion then to take those under advisement?
Motion. Oh, yeah, second.
Okay, who got first?
Whoever you want.
All
There
the
was lots
above?
of them.
Yeah.
All the above.
I got Mahler clear for a second.
I made the
You
motion.
did, okay, I was getting ready to write that. Okay, any other comments, questions on this item? Okay, motion by Commissioner Watts, second by Commissioner Mahler to take under advisement for up to 2 weeks. All signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, what's next?
Road materials.
Road materials. Okay, the first is from Overland Corporation. They are bidding hot lay, hot mix, FOB, their plants in Snyder or Ardmore for $65 a ton for hot lay and $64 a ton for cold lay. And that is all they bid. Thank you. Next bid is from T&G Construction. They bid hot lay and cold lay. FOB their plant for hot lay is $57.21, and that plant's in Lawton, and for cold lay is $69.90. The bids in Wichita Falls delivered is $70.46, Valley View is $74.96, Iowa Park $70.46, and Burke $67.96, and Electra $76.46. Colay is 8315, Wichita Falls 8765, in Valley View 8315 in Iowa Park, 8065 in Burke, and 8915 in Electra. You know, that has never gone down when oil has changed at all. Okay. Okay, this bid is from Big City Crushed Concrete out of Dallas. They are bidding 1.5-inch crusher run flex base, $9.50 a ton at FOB their plant. And that is all they did.
And that's their plant here in Wichita.
Oh, is the plant here in Wichita? Okay, I wondered about that.
Barry, here's, I've changed, that's the company. That's
Okay.
the only time it's mentioned on mine.
Next bid is from Ergon Asphalt, and they are bidding emulsions. And I won't go into a long list of those.
Yeah, just as the company name right there.
Oh,
It's not on the top of the sheet.
okay. It's Rooker Asphalt Company.
We need a couple more.
And they have listed, they have bid the RC cutbacks and emulsions both. Okay. I'd ask for a motion that we take the bids under advisement for
So
another 2 weeks.
And second.
Thank you.
We, not very many rock offerings on that,
No.
which concerns me a little.
Well, again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me.
Which from a
1
time,
and 2.
from a time standpoint, that's our kind of next project, is to
Yeah, it's time to start hauling.
lay in supplies. So,
Okay, any comment on the bids on those materials for road materials? Okay, hearing none, I'll have a motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Fincana to take them under advisement for up to 2 weeks. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries 5-0. Okay. Item 3 is discuss, consider, take action to approve the recommendations from the review committee for selection of medical and mental health provider for the Wichita County Jail, Captain Patterson. You all, just simply with the, today, what you all, we're gonna have to have more time on this is what,
Correct. We anticipate to have this discussion on next Monday's agenda.
when we talked the other day, were you all gonna narrow it down to 2, so the Commissioners Court could have time maybe to also be more detailed in their review for those 2? Can we?
I'm not sure, Trixie. Do we just, whenever we make the recommendation, is it just the one company or?
That'll be the recommendation, Judge. That's kind of what we thought, so we could kind of narrow that down, because it is voluminous material.
Right.
Yeah.
But if, you all tell me, but I mean, and they have had access to all of these proposals, and I think I sent you all detains. Yes, sir. So I think everybody's gotten that, so you can look at that, but they, you know, you want to be sure you understand it and that we have looked into the things that Etane pointed that we might want to, and I think you all have narrowed it down to 2 that you're gonna do some discussions with them, is that right? To get clarification? Okay. That sounds good. Okay. Item 4 is discuss, consider, take action to approve recommendations for the decommissioning of the Wichita County Jail and annex jail facilities and to file proper paperwork if necessary to convert the downtown CBI facility to designate it be a holding area facility according to the Texas Commission on Jail Standards.
What, the CBI stands for what, Judge?
Central
Central
Bookend.
Bookend.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be the looking below us now.
All I could come up with when you said that was old military chemical biological. And I thought, no, it's not that.
It may be, have you been down there?
You been down there yet? So not as bad.
Okay.
Well, not much to say other than it's too late to do anything to keep it now. It's gone.
Yeah.
I did speak with Alicia from the jail commission this morning. If it is approved to decommission those 2, we will need the addresses in the minutes stating that the annex facility, their address, the downtown facility, their address to be decommissioned. And then that's all that they need. They don't need populations or anything like that.
Do we know how they have it addressed in their system? Because this building has several different addresses associated with it.
This one is 907th Street.
Is it
and
the
the annex is
907th?
2815.
Okay.
We just need to make sure that we specify the Sprague annex for that one, since the LEC and the annex
Yeah.
don't have the same address. So,
Yeah,
Okay.
y'all don't want to be moving all those people. do you?
No,
no, we're not moving again.
We're moving you guys back to Sprague. That might have problems.
There will be a protest, I promise.
Yeah.
We just decommissioned our new jail.
It lasted a whole 2 weeks. Yeah.
Is there going to be a challenge now as we get into this, and I know we're on uncharted territory as we move forward, with holding facilities here in this building for people that are on trial or?
Just look in downstairs, will be the holding area, but they're not in the courtroom.
Okay,
And once they come in, and they'll be held downstairs, take it to court, and then they leave, then they'll go right back.
okay.
And that's outside of the Sallyport area, Sheriff? Or is that, you go through a door?
Where you're and then driving into, walking into the old booking.
Okay, okay.
There's a little work to be done.
Yeah.
Right now, it's in a wide open state because we've taken out the Sallyport that used to go into the old sheriff's office. We still have the kitchen to close off. Those will be done in relatively short order. We'll box out what used to be the the toxilizer room. That'll become an elevator lobby. That's all early stuff in the remodel project. And then we'll turn over a new secure area, which will be the CBI and the holding cells that are there.
Can we make sure, Mark, that in the Sallyport, there's a door to the stairwell here? Can we change that to be locked from the inside, but have the safety bar on the stairwell side? Right now, I can lock it up completely if need be.
Yeah.
And I talked to, it's been a good while, Will and Lisa about leaving it open for us, and they've been doing that, but it's if we had to get out,
You're referring to the stairwell that's in the garage?
yes, if we had to get out and we could be trapped down there if that door's locked. We could at least come into the
We'd
cell.
be the first person to be trapped down there with the door locked, I promise you.
If we're able to keep it permanently unlocked, I'll make sure that gets done.
Okay.
I was always under the impression that it was just a push bar on the inside, but
Well, there's something to it, Lisa, that it can lock. I'm not,
I'll get my maintenance guys on that
Okay.
to see what we can do about making sure that that door does not secure from the
Okay.
inside.
Yeah, all those ingress and egress issues have been discussed with HPA and the future plans of the building, so I'm not real
I just
familiar
didn't
with that
know
one. so-
whether or not that was a thought concerning us
Yeah.
because it affects us, you know, as far as going somewhere.
Yeah, I know the one between the old kitchen and the rec yard was an issue.
Now, that may change
And
our,
that's
route.
gonna change.
yeah, that could be right there.
When we walked down it that day to check all that out, you couldn't get out
No.
at the bottom. and
No,
that-
but then they fix that for us and change it, but I'm scared of ones that wouldn't know or whatever, but like Mark says, over here where that steel door was at, in
Yeah.
between those two, that'll all be changed up.
Yeah, all that's being addressed in the project, so with the stairwell coming out into, between the rec yard and the
Right.
current kitchen.
Okay.
And then the people held in the holding area will use that older, the elevator that serviced the jail will be the way they'll be transported to court, is that correct? Okay, that sounds good.
Motion to approve,
Thank you.
gladly.
Second again,
Can I ask a question?
with
The
the
annex
addresses
jail
in there.
is gonna just sit like that for a while, is that correct?
We have no current plans.
I would suggest that our maintenance guy still walk through, make sure everything's working
Yeah.
like it should. In case a year and a half, or maybe 2 or 3 more years, we'll be able to do something with it, like we had some plans with immigration people.
Yeah,
Do
I'd
we-
like to get out there and walk it, something hopefully this week if I have an opportunity, and see what we need to clean up, and we do need to,
Can
we
that
need to
be
get
like
cleaned
pressure
up.
washed out and
That's what I wanna go get eyes on it, cause I know when we closed this one, it wasn't 2 days later, and you couldn't stand to go up in there, and just airflow had stopped and everything, and it
Yeah,
was
we haven't-
oppressive.
We haven't had the opportunity to go there and get everything out yet.
Okay.
So we're planning on doing that this week.
We're focusing on the downtown jail.
Yes, yeah, we got everything moved out of the downtown jail in last 2 days.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't take that much time to get the annex moved, there's not as much stuff out there. So hopefully we'll get that cleaned out. I probably wouldn't recommend going in there until we get everything out of it.
Okay.
But if we could even turn around and spruce that up a little bit, just for when we're showing it to
We need to get
potential-
we need to get it in a state where we can essentially mothball it and it not get nasty or out of hand.
Well, aren't you, you're gonna have like freezing pipes and things like that if you're not careful.
I know, we need to get it in
Yeah.
in a good,
You all, we're kind of beyond,
okay,
we have a motion and a second on decommissioning. So
Okay.
if there's
Yeah.
other action that needs to be taken in regard to other buildings, maybe we need to put it on.
okay, got it.
I do have one about the church building.
On the decommissioning,
The control panels on the 5th and 4th floor, there's a way to take that whole thing out, and not throw it in a dumpster, because
I requested that we save those panels.
we may need some parts off that
Well-
we have downstairs.
Yeah, I've requested that those panels be saved for museum pieces, if nothing else, because they are really
And
interesting.
Radio Shack's not in business anymore, so.
They're interesting. Think Starship Enterprise, Scotty, and
And Radio Shack, I'll show you this Radio Shack right here.
Okay, I'm just writing. That's really no longer a central bookend area, that's gonna be a holding,
Yes, sir. Court holding with capacity of 22.
Probably a
Is that a
central
different
holding.
status altogether than a jail?
Probably.
It still falls under the jail commission, it's just different rules.
I see we got the benches put back in.
Still getting
So you're
like
converting it from a
guys in there.
CBI to a central holding facility.
I see.
how will that deal with women and men being held? Is that, if we have enough segregation?
Yes, sir.
Just
That's
like
not a
we're
problem.
all Same place.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know, a lot of people think we're just doing this. You've been doing this ever since Sprague was built, so we've had that. Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Pincannon. We'll approve this motion with the sending of a letter noting the addresses at 907th Street and 2815 Central Freeway. With approval of the downtown court holding area for 22 inmates. Okay. Any other comment?
On that 2815, you probably need to specify Sprague building
Yes?
Yeah.
with that.
Yep, thank you. Good idea.
And when you send the official letter, we also need to send the minutes with the approval on it.
Okay. Anything else? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Item 5, discuss, consider, and take action to approve the buy board quote in the amount of $51,220 for the purchase of a 2022 Chevrolet 3500 HD Silverado 4x4 crew cab diesel for precinct 1, and authorize the county auditor to issue a purchase order to Caldwell Country Chevrolet to be paid from precinct 1, 2021 capital expenditures. Mr. Beecham?
It's a budgeted item for next year. I have funds available this year to purchase it. The vehicle is available for delivery. Hopefully, we can get it before the end of the year and pay for it out of the 21 funds.
Okay.
Either way,
Either way,
I
it's
need to amend it to say, to purchase out of capital expenditures 21 or 22, depending upon delivery date.
Is that a cab and chassis, Mark? Or is that a,
That's full.
oh, that's
full
full bed?
pickup.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Is there a second?
A second.
Second.
Thank you.
Go ahead, you got me.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Item 6 is discuss, consider, take action to approve the hiring of 2 temporary laborers at $12.50 per hour for building maintenance to assist with cleaning out the boiler room, moving building maintenance, and other tasks as assigned in various areas of the courthouse as needed through April 30th, 2022. Commissioner Beecham.
Yeah, I have a lot of manual labor that needs to be done. The old boiler room adjacent to the existing building maintenance is full of 100 years' worth of accumulation that we want to go through as we move over to the new area and the current jail kitchen. I would rather do that with day laborers and keep my building maintenance guys focused on improving the building, so.
And Mark, don't forget, the Faith Enterprise is a $15 an hour function, but, they're pretty fluid and they got the manpower.
Okay. Maybe when we get to the time where we're moving them, I might bring them in as well, so. But this, just having a couple extra guys to start going through that boiler room for one. Again, it's 100 years of accumulation of stuff that needs to be gotten rid of. So it'll be my motion to approve.
Okay, all right. With that $12.50 an hour, they'll be on our payroll
No, through my staff,
through my set, so it's $12.50
plus
Plus-
expenses. Yeah.
plus expenses.
Yeah.
And if we did Faith Mission, that's 15 total,
Yes, sir.
so that would be within that same amount.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Beecham, second by Commissioner Watts to approve the item as stated with adding the terms $12.50 per hour plus building, plus salary expense. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, item 7 is receive an update on the elevator projects in Law Enforcement Center.
We've moved to not work this week because it's a jury week. We're trying to coordinate between everyone's schedule to make sure we're not making noise when we have active court going on. So We'll start tearing off the north wall during the daytime next week. It's pretty much unavoidable to do that work. It has to be done during the day for safety purposes, so, or else we'd have to bring in some light plants. But trying to coordinate everyone's schedule together to disrupt as little as possible in the building. I know we've had several elevator issues with the single elevator going down. We're trying to work through it as quickly as possible when we have issues. It's going to be painful for the next year.
Are they gonna be able to fix the lights on the elevator?
I've asked. Aspen is the one that's working, that has our contract to work on our elevator currently. I need to get them out here to take a look. So TK was not very helpful in getting that taken care of. We do have a meeting scheduled with TK this week. It was scheduled for this afternoon. It's being rescheduled for a time when we can have Harper Perkins involved with that discussion with TK Elevator. That's more dealing with issues at the annex building elevator. But I do have a change order. It's a deductive change order that has been presented to us for car 1 here at the courthouse. I have not put it on the agenda for approval yet. I'm waiting the outcome of the meeting over the annex elevator before I approve that deductive change order. It's substantial. So, but again, I'm waiting to see the outcome of this meeting before I accept that one.
Okay.
That's a lot going on, but that's really all I have to report.
And we're also meeting this afternoon on the
Oh,
annex on
sidewalk, yeah,
sidewalk
with the
on-
city and TxDOT.
Okay. All right.
And can we do something more than just plain O?
That's what we're hoping. I have, on that, I have talked to Downtown Development and about purchasing one of their bike racks that would be consistent with everything else, also consistent with the new city ordinance that they're working on passing that would require downtown businesses as they develop to put in bicycle parking. I've got a cost for that bike rack that would match everything else downtown. I actually already talked to the Burn Shop about design, so that'll be on
Good.
a
I was
future
hoping
agenda.
we could do something that made it,
Yeah, but
Appealing.
beyond that, I don't know what they're going to allow at this point. I did have a small discussion with Mike Beaver last week, and directed him to take a look at the city flower beds that were put in with TxDOT enhancement grant funds, a block away from where we're asking for the same thing, same type of construction. We'll see how that goes.
okay.
All right, we are coming into a closed session item. I'm going to ask the courtroom to be cleared. Briefing and discussion with the Wichita County District Attorney's Office regarding lost property claim for damages filed by Juan Amador de los Santos. This meeting is closed pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consultation with Attorney Sheriff Duke. Thank you. You and Captain Patterson, do they need to be here?
They do not, Judge.
They do not. All right, thank you.
None. We're out of rock.
That's crazy.
Was there only
Form of training as to what somebody would want us to do in far as like water goes, or where to go and what to go ahead and move on it, even if we didn't use it. We just, we were kind of, and my guys were panicky too, because they had never seen something travel so quick.
and it was coming out?
And
Mickey and I are gonna meet, but it caught everybody that, you know, but we're gonna meet with Lee Friday morning and we'll talk about that.
Okay, but if we could have some, kindergarten training on,
I mean, we kind of did what we were supposed to do. I mean,
Yeah.
you had your guys load up water, I had my guys load up the dozer and get it ready, and,
Yeah.
I mean, we just have to,
You know, always the biggest problem with that deal is access to the area, because by the time we head
Allison's
that way,
right.
Yeah.
She's
it's
ready.
locked.
She's ready, okay.
You ready?
Let's
Okay.
get back on task. Okay, it is 11:08 and we're back in regular session. Having heard a briefing from council and proposing a settlement for lost inmate property in the amount of $1,009. Mr. De Los Santos has signed an agreement to accept the payment of $1,009 from general fund contingency. Do I have a motion?
so moved.
Second.
Anyone on the phone line have any comment? Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Alright.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 5-0. Okay.
Who made the motion second?
Fincannon, Beecham,
I was even loud.
do what?
I was loud for Nancy's benefit.
Yeah.
Nancy, those people on the left.
Okay, it's 11:09 and we're adjourned. Remember the luncheon over at the
and I have,
annex?
I have Campfire guys, we are gonna review those resumes, so,
Okay, did she get you hers?
yes.